Or-
I'm on. I have it ready to go when you go live. Oh, there we go.
Okay, cool. All right. So, all right, there's Neil. So, yes, Neil is not here on the TikTok with me because he is very sad at 99 followers and he needs 1,000. So we're begging. That way, he's actually on. He's on the computer, so he's my moderator today for this. So this is our Wednesday afternoon impromptu chat, where we just talk all things random, answer questions. But Neil and I were just talking about um, video visits with patients today and how absolutely so we're the patient grateful. Hold on. Was that you or me? Did you
That was
echo?
me. Yeah, I was up adding another window.
Okay, I was just making sure. Okay, good. I'm like, oh God, do I have a speaker somewhere that I don't know about? Um, so we're talking about how grateful we are to have our patients because they just get it. You know, patients don't come to us. We were just talking about a patient who has a BMI of 23 and came to us, and realized she's got some other personal circumstances going on, and probably 9 out of 10 providers would just like just not take care of her. You know, so but we understand kind of what her issues are. I'm trying to keep move my phone because this is how we have to multi-stream is with two devices. So because I don't have the ability to live stream on TikTok without it, just my phone. So all right, um, but it's just we're willing to take on cases that are pretty nuanced because we don't just do protocolized care, right? We don't throw stuff at you and say, oh yeah, this is you know you have to go 2.5 for a month, you have to go 5 for a month. That's not what we do, right? We really dig in. We have one patient. I'm gonna stop talking in a second, I swear. Well, I will and I won't because I have to still say what Neil says for the TikTok. But we have we have a patient. Neil said I won't. But we have a patient who is afraid to go up to the full next dose, and they are on the version of GLP ones where you pull them up into the syringe yourself. And so she goes up like 10 units every week because she's really nervous about side effects. So yeah, we will definitely support that, and we just work with people. Anyway, that was my random thing and how excited I am to treat patients. So hopefully this is my last cup of coffee of the day too.
At
So,
two in the
um,
afternoon, you're going to stop drinking coffee?
well, it'll be 3 by the time I'm done,
Uh,
and it's really only half calf because it's when I switch in my coffee maker from caffeinated to decaf.
ah,
So the last cup is half calf, but I can tell I'm dehydrated because my vision's terrible. So, but anyway, ask all the questions, and now my glasses are also really dirty and I can't see. Um, ask questions if you want any information, but just realize this is not a HIPAA compliant space. This is Neil is not your NP. I am not your doctor in this space. If you want us to be your providers, then go to amstelehealth.com and we set up a chart for you and get you started. Yeah, it doesn't cost anything to hang out with us and figure out if we're going to be a good fit. So go ahead. Come see us. Are the states that we are licensed in are on our website too. See if I can read them off. Ready? Arizona, Alabama, Arizona, Alabama, Tennessee, Texas, Florida, New York, Ohio, and Michigan. I think I got it.
I think you got
I
them
think
all.
that's all of them. Virginia. Damn it.
We keep forgetting Virginia.
I forget Virginia every time.
All right, Mandy.
I don't call, if she was here, she'd be pissed.
I know.
I mean, I know, right? Neil has a nickname for everybody, and he just called Amanda, our nurse practitioner, Amanda Levy Mandy. That's enough to tick her off completely. It's so
I've
funny.
always nicknamed our scribes at work, so
Yeah, yeah. Neil nicknames everyone. You never nicknamed me.
just Mo. You already had one. Mo, you're done.
Yeah, true that. True that. Mo was it. So I
You know, at least
didn't.
your face. That's the only one I'm gonna call you.
Yeah, he says he calls me other things, not to my
Nah.
face. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all. So all right, so yeah, we have let's see, 20 people on the TikTok, 6 people on Facebook, and 4 on Facebook, and 2. I didn't know it showed this. It separates it in the little menu. 2 on the YouTube channel, 5 on the Facebook group. So our Facebook group is public. All this crap is public out here. Um, because we just like to answer general questions, be here, be of service. If you're on Manjaro, Wegovy, Ozempic, semaglutide, tirzepatide, Contrave for that matter. You're on metformin. You want some answers. You want long term weight management answers. You want longevity crap.
Oh, I think you froze. Can you still hear me?
Look, so for the Facebook and the YouTube, are we back?
Yeah,
I
I got you.
disconnected. Yeah. All right. My Wi-Fi disconnected for a second over there on the Facebook and YouTube. So kudos to Wave.video. I am not sponsored by them, but they just had an absolutely flawless. It paused. It said trying to reconnect and reconnected. Didn't stop the broadcast. Didn't hang up. I mean, I hung up for a second because I didn't have internet. But kudos to that. That was pretty cool. All right, we'll take it. Plus, it's the free version, I think.
I believe so. I think that's what it tells me when I pop on.
Yeah.
Oh, Sarah.
Oh, yeah.
Our favorite topic.
Time to talk poop. It's Wednesday. We have to talk poop on Wednesdays. We have a patient meeting Wednesdays at 7 p.m. for all of our patients. We can absolutely talk poop. We had a comment over on YouTube. I want constipation relief. The easiest. It's not medical advice, right? But if I were constipated, I already take Colace, and I think I discussed this last time too, because I've had a hysterectomy. So there's three things that predispose females to pelvic prolapse. It is being overweight, having a hysterectomy, and being constipated. And I've always been prone to constipation. So after starting Mounjaro, it was like, wow, I wonder if I'm ever going to poop again. So I do take Colace every day, twice. And then I had to, for the longest time, I was on Miralax almost daily. I don't take a full capsule daily because that would be a shit show, for lack of a better way to put it. Super appropriate though. But literally, like, I would dial it in, like quarter of a capful every day. And it's an osmotic laxative, not a, what's the word for that, Neil? I was trying to come up with it. What's the word for the laxatives that actually squeeze, like Senna? Like, how does it work? Because Miralax just brings water into your poop, and it's easier to pass.
It's more of an osmotic
What's
diet.
the word for the other kind?
I don't know, because it's not a stimulating diet, stimulating one.
Stimulant laxative. Yes, because Jamaican castor oil. Don't ask. I've been looking into it because people swear by it. Not in your belly button necessarily. But Kim on Mounjaro on TikTok swears by it. She was like, yeah, whatever. And she's been super prone to constipation. And she literally puts it here and here because she was kind of messing around. So she rubbed it on her wrists and then she put it on her neck. And she's like, and dude, I poop every day. Stimulant laxative. Yes, thank you for not that, Cindy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, I could not remember the other day. I was like, oh my God. Granted, apparently all my Dr. Brain cells are gone. Not really, but I couldn't remember the word. I was so annoyed with myself. Miralax and coffee 3 days in a row. Yeah, 3 days isn't going to cut it. Longer than that. So that's why you have to actually keep on it. Because if you're like me, I'm just laughing because Neil we used to look at CAT scans quite often in the ER together. And one of our funny comments, we pull up a CAT scan and like there's all this poop. Have they ever shat? But yeah,
Never.
That's how my guts get. Never. That's how my guts get. So literally a week later, I would finally have like a soft poop. I'm not talking diarrhea, from a capful of Miralax every day. Talk about TMI, right? I need that. 15 is being weird. Oh, hold on. Courtney's on too. Nice. All right, Courtney, come mod. come mod and start typing.
And Amber was, we paused for a sec. Amber was asking, what was that Jamaican Jamaican
castor oil. People, look it up on, hold on, what's Kim's thing? It's, I'll put it on the YouTube. DMF Kim on Mounjaro. I'm 99% sure that's it. She's got a link to it in her TikTok. Can you put that in the chat? DMF Kim on Mounjaro. I meant to check your schedule, Courtney, and see if you were off. Because I was like, I grabbed Neil. I'm like, you going on? But then I was distracted because my lawn guys came and everything went to hell in a handbag. Yeah.
And besides that,
that's perfect.
It's the Garden of Life juiced greens. I believe it is what it is. I never remember the name. It's too
Yeah.
long.
Yeah, but it's Garden of Life, some greeny thing that Ashley swears by too. But yeah, Kim says, and see, so the weird thing is, I need to do some research on the Jamaican castor oil because if it's a stimulant laxative, I don't know if I can recommend it. I don't like stimulant laxatives, so I need to see how it works. So I won't say go out and get the Jamaican castor oil, and I mean you can, right? Because this isn't medical advice. You're an adult, you can do what you want, or you're a 13-year-old watching some random ass channel. And if you are a 13-year-old, let's talk about diet quality and the fact that you should not be dieting. Okay. Since I'm not giving medical advice, can I talk to adolescents and what I tell my kid? Because super, like, I've dieted a long time. Okay. And my son was saying he doesn't want his love handles anymore. And he's 10, right? And he's 5 foot tall at 10. So it's like, dude, you're fine. But he wants to be, he's like, I want to be ripped. Okay, you're 10. Let's back it down a notch. But his dad's ripped. So, it's hard to, he's got goals. But I told him, I said, it is absolutely not appropriate for you to diet. And he's like, what do you mean? I said, you can't decrease your food intake. You need it to grow. You need it to grow your brain. You need it to form cell membranes. You need it to form your organs. You need to grow and replenish your freaking organs, for God's sake, your brain. Like, you need it to get taller too. So he's like, well, then what do I do? I said, well, we take the food you're eating and whatever that food is, then we change a couple of things about it and make the quality better so you get more nutrients for what you put in your mouth. And he's like, oh, okay. I'm like, that was it, right? It's like the things you wish you could have said. I should probably say that to adults too, but unfortunately, by the time we've amassed 50 pounds of weight, like we need to burn it somehow. So we're going to need to bring it down. Go ahead, Neil. Sorry.
Yeah, no, we do we talk about the quality of food, but usually it's more in relation as you're moving through treatment with us. And then when you start to have side effects, because a lot of times that if you have poor quality food, you're going to have side effects. You're going to have that constipation. You're going to have that acid reflux, which is
yeah. Neil was just talking about acid reflux and constipation, how bad it is without good diet quality. I should have said that to Sarah too, right? Here's me going, just be relaxed. I don't know, throw some spinach in there. I don't know. I've actually started doing, speaking of greens, I've started doing my Spango smoothie, which is what I named it on MyFitnessPal. In case anybody wants to get on MyFitnessPal and look it up, which is pretty funny because it's public. But it's literally a cup of frozen mango, a Premier shake, and 4 handfuls of baby organic spinach, not frozen. Dear God, for the love of all that is holy, do not use frozen. It is disgusting. Put it in there, blend it up. It looks like the green color on the nauseated emoji, but I swear to God, it tastes good.
You don't like the frozen spinach, huh?
Not in my smoothies.
Okay. It's just so much easier to store.
It is 100% easier to store. I get it. Don't do it. I did it because I'm lazy, right? You guys know how lazy I am with food. If you haven't been here before, oh yeah, my name's Dr. Mo. If you haven't been here before. I'm lazy with food. I used to love to cook, and then I got sick of it. I got sick of dieting. I got sick of diet food, trying to substitute crap and trying to make things taste good. And then I just gave up. I'm like, now I'd rather just not eat ever. So it's getting back into that. And then great for my 10-year-old, right? Because, I don't want to eat and I don't feel like making anything. I don't know. Yeah. So my kid's doctor said, you'll grow. My son's 11 and 5, 11, 5, 3. Yeah. So that's the thing. 125. Yeah. My kid is 5 feet tall, 10, and he weighs like 99 and a half. But that's, I applaud your doctor because, and God, I loved my pediatrician when I was little, but, and this is actually, I think it might be a recommendation to, after a year old, take them off of whole milk if they're fat kids. So like I got labeled as a fat kid at age 1. And then I started dieting at about 9. I dieted myself into my first pair of Reward Jordache jeans at 11. I fit into those for approximately 1 week, which was unfortunate. Every Plate Meals, that helps me with cooking. Linda said that. Hi, Linda. Hi, Jackie. Hi, Lori. Lori's never been more regular. I am so freaking jealous. How do I feel about ginger? If it works for you, great.
Yeah.
It's very good for you. It won't hurt you, so it's good. Unless you compound it, and then the government has something to say about it. We're not even. I just can't even.
You don't even start there.
We're not going to get started there. I'm just going to scroll through comments real quick. DMF Kim on Manjaro, thank you. One of the things that we talked about in my patient visit today was shame going up in dose. Like it's okay to be on a low dose if you're on a maintenance dose, but it's not okay to be on high dose. And it's totally true. I mean, Neil knows the struggle I have with, I don't want to go up. Just go up and shut up. Like, hard.
Which is weird because
Real.
I think the recommendations are, isn't it 1 milligram? I think is a recommendation for maintenance
So one
of semaglutide.
for semaglutide.
Yeah, but the thing
I
is
don't
that's
know.
so different than everybody's different. Like it might, some people might need 1.7, others like all the way back down to 0.25.
Yeah, we
There's
don't
not
know what your
a,
maintenance dose is going to be.
it's not cookie cutter. It's all very personalized.
Emily asked what our platform is. Promoting and speaking about weight loss meds. Oh, no, this is my experience. Yeah, so, oh, well, hi. Okay, so if you just popped into the live, let's do some real intros. Usually it's just I figure my people who are just hanging out, like the 4 people who know me. So I'm on TikTok, but I'm also live streaming to YouTube and Facebook. So if you go to watch AMS, AMS is Active Medical Solutions. That is my medical practice. I run that with our peanut gallery. There are 6 providers in total, and we are now. This isn't medical care here, but I am a doctor. Period. And I am currently pursuing lifestyle and obesity medicine board certifications. Still waiting for Fred and Barney Flintstone to grade my obesity medicine boards. So we're waiting on those. So yeah, we are. So we are just chatting. Well, we're really just hanging out, and that's what we do. So we like to answer people's questions. A bunch of people on here are patients, but since it's not medical advice, obviously this is just a chill space. So, what a nice place. My house or this platform? Because my house is pretty cool too. We actually took down. This is so funny. See, okay, this is what happens. We were talking about like semaglutide, and now I'm talking about my backyard. But there used to be a big ass fireplace right here, and it was there last week, and now it's gone. So the house, yes, I love my house. We have lived here a long time. Emily said she's been considering a med spa for weight loss. So somebody asked us the other day on DMF Kim on Manjaro, and I'm going to repeat what she said nicely. Said, don't do it. I'm gonna take her opinion on it now. And some med spas are run by doctors, right? So you really have to look in and see who's running it, what their education is. Our practice at Active Medical Solutions is 100% remote. So like right now, this is actually my work office technically because it's still nice outside. But you're looking, and when you see Neil and I, and Courtney's on here too, because Courtney can't go. Health Journey NP is Courtney down below. There are so many great obesity places out there. There are. We're actually trying to make more because there are so many people looking for help, and they want good help. I'm not saying we're better than anybody else, because as I said last week, we are not no med spa that jack up the prices. Yeah. Thanks, Jessica. Thanks for saying what I don't want to say. Honestly, part of that is when you go to a med spa, they have to pay for the building, right? We don't have to pay for the building. So you'll say it. Yeah. We don't have to pay for a building, which keeps our costs very, very low. So it has to be sustainable. So we do mark up the prices a little bit to pay for the 8 people we hired without raising prices. So anyway, that's where we sit. So what's the next best option? Us. No, come see us. And honestly, like I said last week, I'm not everybody's cup of tea. I'm very vocal about my opinions. Shut up, Neil. Neil's laughing at me. So you can't see his face unless you're on YouTube. Go to watch AMS so you can see Neil laugh at me, because you can't hear him in TikTok. Neil and I have worked together on the ground and Courtney for a decade. So, um, anyway, you can see our states. And if you're not in our states, I always ship people over to Nikki, who is a very close colleague. We just did a podcast episode today. She is everywhere but Pennsylvania. So we got places for you to go. What pharmacy do we use? We actually have four now. We have four we vetted. So depending on your state, we do a bunch. Do you do telehealth and manage weight loss meds? 100%. Yeah, we only do telehealth. We are not in person. So we are here.
Unless we work with you or we see you. But yeah, it's I'm going to add
Tennessee.
to your
Great.
your meds.
We're in Tennessee and Ohio. Come to us.
And Virginia.
We're in Tennessee and Ohio, Neil. And Virginia.
Like
Because I always forget Virginia.
You forget Mandy. I was going to add to the med spa thing. I mean, I'm sure it's doctor
Neil's
run.
trying to be nice about the med spa.
Initially, but I mean, there's a couple people I know that do the med spa thing and go like to people's houses to teach them how to do this stuff. That ask me lots of questions, because they don't have they have some basic type training, but they don't have the vast knowledge and the amount of patients we see or have treated and talk to constantly about how the treatment's going and make adjustments and or we've used it ourselves. So.
Great question. Hold on. I got to address this one. Pin it. Hold on. I got to pin it. We got a naysayer. Hold on. How do I pin the damn comment? There we go. Sorry. A little slow on the TikTok. So I'm going to do pricing real quick, but I don't want to forget this comment. Somebody asked on TikTok about pricing. $89 a month is our medical cost. That does not include medications, right? So when you go to your doctor and they prescribe you a Z-Pak, they don't charge you for the Z-Pak. You have to go to the pharmacy and get your Z-Pak. The only difference is we talk to the pharmacy because these pharmacies need an account for a physician. So it's just not rando people running their own crap. And then we collect the fees, pass them on to the pharmacy. It gets you cheaper prices. Some of them will bill to bill the patient, but it's literally twice the price. We're like, hell no. Let's get our patients actually taken care of. So I'll Neil, make sure I don't miss any. Courtney, make sure I don't miss any questions that are important. But I'm going to grab this. Aren't you afraid that these medications are going to wreak havoc long-term like fen-phen did? No, not. Because they do not act the same way.
Well, they've been studying the GLP-1s for the last 17 years. They've been active in patients with Byetta and stuff. So, and the safety profile, and even with us finding there's that risk of pancreatitis, which we've only seen in certain circumstances related to alcohol use. And we haven't seen this frozen gut stuff. We're not seeing these things.
Yeah. So I'm gonna paraphrase what Neil said. So with the gastroparesis and pancreatitis, we've seen 3 cases of pancreatitis in the well over 2,000 patients we've treated so far, and all 3 of them had other issues that they did not disclose prior to treatment with us. So we can only do as well as honesty can. And the gastroparesis thing is a different story. I can't get into that right now because it makes me pretty angry. So I would say discuss it with your doctor. But as far as the fen-phen thing, it's a different class of medications. Like Neil said, Byetta's been around since 2005, was the first FDA approved GLP-1. They just weren't good at weight loss, so the media didn't care. So that's why they're out as these new drugs. Sure, semaglutide and tirzepatide are new in the class. But that's I'm not going to take, I don't know, I can't think of anything. I'm trying to think of new classes of medication. I mean, statins kind of suck because they're a bad example. They have a shit ton of side effects. They have benefits, but they have a lot of side effects. And how sustainable is the weight loss with these meds? So that's the thing, right? In the studies, even if you had the same nutritional counseling and supposedly the same food intake, a fair number of people gained the weight. The metabolic damage. Now, I don't know 3 years out, right? What if you take these meds for 3 years out and the metabolic damage, the neural pathways have been reset for 3 years? We don't have those studies for weight loss. Some people can go off. We've got quite a few patients who've gone off. Kate's one of them. Kate's a friend, so we're going to HIPAA be damned her right now. But Kate's a good friend, and she went off of Mounjaro after reaching goal, and she can run her life from her frontal lobe. She likes the way she feels, so she can modify her behavior satisfactorily to maintain the loss. I am not that person. I have the deepest grooves. Not the deepest. I met a patient today, so she and I are sitting in that damn ditch. but I have neural grooves that are really deep for me choosing how I choose things. Thank you for taking the time with us always. Will insurance cover? I'm in Massachusetts. We do not take insurance as a cash-based practice. That would require us hiring a crap ton of people. And so, and if I have, we don't know the long-term effects. Well, we do know from GLP-1s. Yeah. So thank you, Neil, for commenting that. So yeah, the GLP-1 class has been out since 2005. And remember, to come out, it takes what, 3 years, Neil? Like
Yeah,
3 years
minimum.
of study before
And it
that?
was it might
Yeah,
even be
3 years,
longer
5 years, whatever.
since they, it was a new, like a novel medication. It might have been even longer.
Yeah, let's see. GLP-1 first studies. 1972. Okay. How's that? That's pretty funny. What's the history of GLP-1? They started studying them in 1972. So there's an answer. I didn't know that until just now.
Yeah.
Can I say what the tirzepatide cost is? You're going to laugh at me. But yeah, I can look it up because I don't remember. And I don't, and just, I literally, I have ordered it and I don't remember because I have a very limited brain space. Okay. So depending on your states, tirzepatide, now this is by volume, right? So if you're going to get 20 milligrams of tirzepatide, that's 4 weeks at 5 milligrams. So it gives you kind of heads up. We've got 260, 220. This is depending on state. For 10 milligrams, 330. What? This is how much the pharmacies vary. We don't set these, right? Like I said, we just grab money and send it off. I mean, because these also include shipping, because shipping's 30 to 40 bucks. What'd you say, Neil?
Yeah. She's looking for 7.5 is what she put on there. So like the 30 milligram vial, depending on the state, probably.
Yeah. So, okay. So 7.5. So we have a 34 milligram vial for 340. So as an example. Yeah. So, I mean, it can be pricey. It can be like 400 bucks for 30 milligrams. We have 40 milligram vial for 425, 30 milligram with the one pharmacy that we have that does 30 milligram, right? So it's 7.5 times 4 is 370. There's that. I need a chalkboard. I need a whiteboard for all that crap.
Heck yeah.
If we stay overweight, we will have more possibility of that. What do we have possibility of? Oh yeah, the cancer. I know. I didn't go on my cancer talk, because we're worried about like GLP-1s will cause cancer and such. Obesity is directly contributing to 13 cancers. Directly contributing. Pancreatic cancer is the number one in males, and endometrial is the number one in females. Just from obesity, right? Because when your fat mass hits a certain point, it becomes its own endocrine organ, and it has drivers to keep your brain and your body fat. So I'm not obese yet. I wasn't either. BMI was 29 and a half, just under the wire. Yeah. Oh, if you want, yeah, I got befores and afters at what's the new website called? It's for providers, but you can go check it out.
Yeah.
It is freedomtopractice.com. I finally had the guts to put my befores and afters. Rybelsus pills, links in my bio, amstelehealth.com. Can you throw that in there, Courtney and Neil?
Yep.
Thanks. Pills available. Semaglutide pills are called Rybelsus. It's brand name, just as expensive as the shots and less effective. Oh, Aaron got a great question. What'd you hit? Neil said, ooh, at the same time. I hate needles. Yep, suck it up. Suck it up, buttercup.
Once a
real.
week.
I don't like them either because Neil laughs at me, right? So here's me. I'm such a weenie. Like, I'm a doctor. I can poke a hole in somebody else, no problem. Doesn't hurt me a bit. I gotta like get myself like all, because I'm uncompounded now. So I got, I draw it up and I'm like, and then yesterday, Monday, whatever, because I had to go up in dose, I gave myself 2 big shots. So here's me in the morning. I'm like, oh, that one felt great. The afternoon, oh my God, I feel like I just harpooned myself. So I'm like such a wuss. So you can do it. I know you can do it.
This is the way I think about it. If you're going to spend the same amount of money for this medicine, you might as well choose the one that's more effective because they're not cheap. Mm-hmm. I mean, if they were like Tylenol,
even if it's compounded.
Yeah.
Yeah. If it's metformin for $4, who cares? Just take the pills if they're only half as effective. But if you're paying $1,000 a month, do not spend that crap on Rybelsus.
Well, What you want to ask?
or the compound lozenges or whatever?
Yeah, no.
I don't know the answer, Sarah.
You
Sarah
want to
asked
ask?
if there's a pickup option for Empower.
I don't
Can
know.
we ask Ashley?
Yeah, I will
We're
message
gonna
her right.
ask boss of all things.
Yeah.
Yep, sounds good. You can do it. You can do it. Have someone stab you in the butt. Just kidding. Yeah, Aaron said I've been taking GLP-1 meds for over a year, still far from my goal weight. Should I keep going? Here is our stance. Doesn't sound like I prepared this. Here's our stance on weight loss. It's not really weight loss. It's metabolic repair and long-term weight management, right? We're in it for the long game, both as a practice and patients. This isn't, speaking of fen-phen, right? This isn't like phentermine where you're on it for 3 months because the government won't let you stay on it because it's a controlled substance for longer than 3 months. Why would you even start? That's just me. But this is a long-term metabolic repair. And some of our patients, some of them have, I have an acquaintance, she's not our patient. She's lost 210 pounds on GLP-1 alone in a year and a half, I think. And she actually got kicked out of some of the Facebook groups because they said you had to have had bariatric surgery. And they said she was lying. She has worked so hard. It just irritates me. Like, you know what? So you're going to fat shame somebody and now you're going to skinny shame somebody? How about we not shame people? How's that? How's that for an idea?
Some people just respond unbelievably to the medicine. That's why you see these people on
Yeah.
TikTok that have lost, 30 pounds their first month.
I lost 15 the first month.
Yeah.
My God, what a godsend, right? Because Neil and I were talking about this before we went live, at how hard, oh, Texas Beer's back, how hard it was. It wasn't hard for me to lose weight. Well, at the end, it was. At the end, I couldn't diet for longer than like a half an hour. Insulin resistant, you can't get help. Oh, there are plenty of telehealth providers willing to help you. So speaking of which, how do we get you to train all the rest of the doctors? Funny you asked, Trisha. I did not plant that. I swear to God. No, we are actually developing a program called Freedom to Practice, where we're going to teach people not only how to have the business part of the practice, but we're going to teach them, hopefully, God bless, this is probably going to come out wrong, but it's not a live, it's kind of recorded. Oh, whatever. We're going to teach them how to be compassionate because we get compassion fatigue, right? Especially since, that pandemic-y thing that happened. It's really hard for us to get the emotions back to have the emotional bandwidth to sit like I did today and cry with a patient because we are so grateful for where we are, and it's vulnerable. It's vulnerable to sit out here and talk to people, and so we're going to try to teach people that, hey, this is how you show up on social media. And some people don't want to be 99% of the people do not want to be like this on social media because this is vulnerable. This is hard as hell. Yeah, I'm so tired of the not listening, the shaming, the judgment. When I went to my primary care doctor a year and a half ago and said, I can't stop binging, I don't know what to do. I'm eating everything that's not nailed down, and I'm afraid it's going to go to other addictions, and I'm nervous. He said, eat less, move more, and find God. I'm paraphrasing. So I finished 7 Ironmans, multiple marathons, all kinds of other crap. I was a Division I swimmer. But I've used food as a drug since I was 6 years old. I was asking for help. And you give me eat less, move more, and find God? Oh, by the way, I've been in 12 steps since 2004. And I have a church locally. My kid goes to school at the church. Okay. Like I know where God is. Actually, God's actually here, not there, but that's another story. Read my book instead. But like, if I could control it, I would. That's why I asked you for help. Did he help me? No. So what did I do? I went to Push Health and found somebody fast. And Courtney, who's on here, helped me because her husband was on Wegovy at the time, still is. And she's like, I started this thing. And I was like, what thing? Whatever it is, I'll do it. I don't care. Because at that point, there was no shame. I needed help. I was drowning. So here I am. Changed my life. All of this. Mine would just shame me when I was heavier year after year. Yep. Now he can kiss my Ozempic ass.
The worst is when they haven't seen their patient in a year. They come in, they've lost a bunch of weight, their lab work looks amazing, and then they yell at them. It's like you've been my doctor for
Yeah.
years and couldn't fix me, and I've been with somebody else for 6 months and they fix me and I feel better.
Yeah. Neil was just saying how when you go to the doctor and you've lost all this weight and they weren't a proponent of GLP-1s, you need to type that while you're talking. So my TikTok people know what you're saying, Neil. But you go back for a year and then they yell at the patients for succeeding when they couldn't help them. Okay, that's where I am and I can't afford their prices. So interested in switching. Yeah, it's AMS Telehealth. Neil, type in amstelehealth.com. I'm drowning. Lucky Salem, I was with you. I was with you. You know what? We can reach down and we can pull you up because you're not drowning alone. That's what, so the funny thing is, I joke that our private patient community on school is like Cheers. It's like, it's a place where you can go, you can be quirky like Diane, you can be boastful like Sam. Those of you who are too young for Cheers, God bless you. Norm, I mean, everyone loves Norm, right? You could use some Manjaro. But it's a safe space. It's not HIPAA compliant, but it's a safe space. That's why our live tonight for just patients at 7 p.m. is just our patients. So yeah, you're not alone. And that's my thing, right? You don't have to be alone anymore. I mean, even hanging out here, the anxiety is terrible. Yeah. What's one thing that DMF Kim on Manjaro says is her anxiety is so much less now on Manjaro. And I think it's multifactorial. Sometimes mine gets worse because you took away my food blankie. You know what helps that? Connection. I was feeling irritable as hell earlier until I started getting on with my patients and you guys. What compound I'm on? I'm currently on tirzepatide. I've been on tirzepatide since July 4th, 2022, my Independence Day. I'd like to say I'm still on 5 because I have shame about going up because my brain's an asshole. But I went up to 7.5 this week. I'm hoping it's just for a little reset. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Can't find AMS Telehealth. Put those two things together and put amstelehealth.com. Let me make sure it's up. Hold on. Why is my little browser icon not working? I'll fix that.
Yeah.
I know, right? Can I spell it? AMS, Active Medical Solutions. Somebody asked if max semaglutide is still hungry and crazy. I love that. We need a word for that. It's me. Is switching to tirzepatide a good idea? Just please don't let your doctor switch you from like 2.4 of semaglutide to like 10 of tirzepatide because honest to God, you might only need 2.5. It's amazing. Do you think we can really change the medical industry to listen? No, I don't. But what I do think we can do is provide places for patients to go so we can step outside of traditional medicine and help patients succeed. My mother says I must not be eating the right things. Yeah, I'm good. Your mother means well.
Think about it this way. You have all the knowledge in the world, nutrition, exercise, and still difficult to do.
Yeah, Neil just said, I have all the knowledge in the world. Like I couldn't learn anything else. I'm certified nutritionist. I'm an MD. I was an athletic trainer for 26 years. Like not like the personal trainer, rah kind with leg warmers. I'm talking athletic trainer on the sidelines, picking people up, nutritional care, passion for nutrition, passionate for preventive health, triathlon coach for 12 years in 2 different organizations. I couldn't get any more knowledge. Like brain's full, couldn't do it. Knowledge is power, but execution gets results. So if you can't pull it off, it doesn't matter how much, like we all know broccoli is better than brownies for you, right? So why don't we all eat broccoli every day? Okay. Woo, back off the soapbox.
No, stay on it. It's freaking hard.
Neil said, stay on it. It's freaking hard.
I mean, if you're hungry all the time, I mean, a lot of people can lose weight on a diet because they're like, okay, I'm going to do it for 6 weeks and they can manage 6 weeks because there's an endpoint. And then as soon as that endpoint hits, they come off it and everything comes back on. At least with this, you're not constantly thinking about food, and it makes those choices and those changes a whole lot easier.
I'm sorry. When I pause, I'm listening to Neil and trying not to interrupt. So you're going to have to deal with pauses because I'm trying to be polite. Trisha said mom's a fat shamer. Well, you know what? Let her stay on her miserable side of the street. Sorry, that's a fly. I was not doing that to your mom. But maybe I was. Shoo. Terry said, how do I get on tirzepatide? You know what? You can go with us. Use telehealth. If we're not in your state, you can go to Nikki, good friend. She and I are at, we're doing a podcast on freedominmedicine.com. And we just started another one called Telehealth 101. That's just for patients. Risa Harder said, is it $89 a month or just per visit? Well, that's sort of a double-sided question because we require you to talk to us. We have some patients lately who don't want to pay $89 a month because it is $89 a month. So here's how our care works, which is pretty freaking cool, in my opinion. You get unlimited text messaging, right? So if you're like, okay, I'm down 5 pounds this week. What the hell? It's too much weight. I don't want to do this. What do I do? You know, the next week, okay, never mind. I'm back up 5 pounds. What do I do? It's unlimited texting back and forth. Oh, Louisiana. Do we give her? I'm pausing because Louisiana is a tough state. We took it off of our list. But because you're on our live, do me a favor. Just go to our website and put it in. Carrie, go put it in. No, we got you. Florida. Yes, we're in Florida. That's easy.
Absolutely Florida.
But Terry, just say you were here. Texas. Hell yeah. That's where we're actually located. Physically. But for Terry in Louisiana, where do you go? amstelehealth.com. Click be a patient. Put in there, Dr. Mo said you'll see me in Louisiana. Dr. Galdamez, we'll talk to her. She'll get you on board. Courtney might talk to you first for right now because we got a little thing. We got a little hiccup. So, but Courtney might talk to you first. We'll see. Somebody will get you. We got you. Massachusetts, you got to go to Nikki. She's at Neil, did I tell you her website? Oh, I did. I said yesterday, mytelehealthconnect.com.
That's
Nikki's
my
website.
Telehealth Connect. That's why I can't find
My Telehealth Connect. Yes. Texas Beard said, Texas Beard, I need your first name because right now I'm just going to call you Beard. I love how some doctors are just like lose the weight like it's nothing. Yeah, if I could lose the weight, I wouldn't effing be here.
Yeah, just eat less, move more.
Think yeah, right? Do you think I like doing an Ironman with 30 extra pounds, Billy? Much better, much better. My Telehealth Connect, yep, all one word.com. Yeah, if I could do it, like, I mean, I've done an Ironman at 120 pounds. I've done an Ironman at 155 pounds. Tell me which one hurt less. I didn't finish an Ironman at 160. Tell me what really hurt about that one. Everything hurt on my body and my soul got crushed. I got to take the trolley out from the Hardy. I got picked up on the Hardy because my fat ass couldn't ride. It wasn't strong enough. I got a little anger about that still, apparently.
Just a smidge.
Just a smidge. Julie Hetzel says, I have 9 pounds left after losing 83 pounds. What to do to get that bit off? Patience. Gosh, that last 10 pounds takes forever. I lost 30 pounds in like 10 weeks. And then it was like, I'm losing a quarter of a pound a week. I actually thought I was freaked out because I was like, I'm stalling. Well, then I weigh myself every day still. But if you ask me what my weight is, I won't know because I can't remember. Because, I outsource it. My scale keeps that in the app. It's not that I don't look. I look in the morning, but I look every day. So it just doesn't, it checks out. But God, that last 10 pounds was like, and it really wasn't a stall. It was a really flat curve. And then I just stabilized. So I've been the same weight for about 8 months, I guess. I think somewhere in there. Can somebody text Galdamez and tell her that Terry's coming and don't be alarmed?
She's coming for you.
We got to take care of Terry. We got to cover Arkansas. We don't do Arkansas, right? It's the other state. Alabama. Can you move? Just kidding. That's Nikki. So just kidding. There are all those states between me and Florida that just get in the way. Okay, let's be honest. I actually think Arkansas is higher, but that's not the point. Um, no, Arkansas, you have to go to, well, you can go to other places too, right? There's a ton of different telehealth providers. I just talk about Nikki a lot because literally I talk to her all day long. And she and I are actually doing, with me, Neil, Ashley, who is boss of all things, who's our practice manager, and Nikki, we're doing this, the Freedom to Practice program to help other providers learn how to do this. Um, okay, yeah, Courtney's grabbing the comments too, which is great. Jackie, you better stay up. It's 7 o'clock. You can do the. Oh, you're in Florida. 8 o'clock. We can do it at least for a couple minutes. We have a patient live. Info on Nikki. mytelehealthconnect.com. And you can put. Hold on. I'll put in our. Freedom in Medicine is our podcast. That's the. I don't know. It posts, but then it doesn't show me my post, so I don't know.
Yeah, I threw it in the chat for Nikki.
Okay, great. I'm in Ohio and I'm in 10 and have 1 month of 7.5 left. Yeah, and we're finding out that a lot of providers won't keep you on maintenance because, well, you're done. You lost the weight. It's not phentermine, for God's sake. It's a long-term weight management medication. Long-term management. Does addition of other medications help with stalls? It can. It can help with stalls. I take metformin for the longevity benefits. I don't want to lose any more weight. I don't know why I take it. No, I do know why I take it. And I can tolerate it because I could never tolerate it before I was on a GLP-1. I could not tolerate metformin at all. So I need to see. I don't know who's on Facebook. So if you're on Facebook, leaving comments, could you do me a favor and throw your name on there? Because I can. Oh, how come I see Jackie on Facebook?
I don't know.
I can see Linda on Facebook.
Nothing.
No, it's like romper room. I see Jackie and I see Linda, but whoever said the last comment. Oh, it does show my comments on there. Who said I'm going to make this one tonight because I'm holding you to it. Been a question I've had for a bit. Yeah. No, ask away. Yeah, that's why we're here. Remember, not medical advice. Ask your provider, or come to us and we'll be your provider. It's okay. And I joke because I feel like I'm like peddling our group. But I just want to be a resource, because some people, like Linda, her doctor prescribes her meds. She comes to us for all the rest of the stuff because her doctor doesn't have time to do that part. I mean, what other doctors have time? I swear to God, if anybody knows a good outdoor fly remedy, please tell me. Other than not being outside, because that's not an option. Like literally, he's sitting on my mosquito coil. I'm like, this is not helping. It's just not helping. All right. Colleen. Oh, hi, Colleen. You better make it tonight. I'm holding you to it now. All right. Who's got questions? Who's got answers? I've gone to AMS Telehealth. Go click on Be a Patient. It'll pull up an email for you. Yes, you are invisible, Colleen. You're in stealth mode. I don't know how. I don't know why. And Jackie says, I have no clue what platform I'm on. It tells me you're on Facebook. So we have this new wave.video, which allows us to go to YouTube and Facebook, but doesn't do TikTok. So here, ready? Watch this. We're going to do the infinite talk. This is, hold on, let's see if we can do it. There you go. So this is, hey, I wonder if we could do that. Hold on. How would I do this? Anyway, this is my random shit. So I have to have my phone to do the TikTok live because, oh, that's a hell no. Oh, so hold on. I probably shouldn't say that. I should not say that. In this comment. Yeah, because I can't, you have to have a certain key to live stream to TikTok, so I've got to do them on my phone at the same time. So anyhow, if you can't hear me super well. Thoughts on alternating Wegovy and Manjaro every other week? Neil, start typing your response in TikTok because that has real high risk. They're not equivalent. We've got a lot of docs lately who are like switching people over and go to a really high dose. It's not, and my husband still works full time in the ER. And he texted me the other day, I got 2 more of them because people are coming in left and right because their docs are just doing crazy shit. It's not crazy shit, right? It's like they think it'll be fine. But we have dug into this time and time again, day in, day out for a year, over a year and a half now. And it's just the things we found that, yeah, it's just, I would not recommend switching back and forth. It's not like going from Motrin to Advil. It's not like tirzepatide to tirzepatide. Now, if you're going brand name Manjaro to compounded version of tirzepatide, switch dose for dose, no problem. Okay, I did that last week. I switched from brand to compounded. So,
No,
but yeah, semaglutide to tirzepatide. Go.
yeah, she's saying her doc brought it up as an alternative.
An alternative to what? Staying at home and not going to the ER?
Gosh. No, I mean, I wrote back in the comments.
Good. Okay, I get opinionated.
Yeah, I wish they could hear me because it's one of those ones like these medications do better when they get to build up in your system. If you're alternating each week, they just keep dropping, and I don't think they get to an effective dose for you. It's not. I mean, your body does adapt to them somewhat, but you're still going to adapt alternating them. I don't think that's going to have anything to do with it. Just you're never going to get to a stable level, and once you get to a higher dose after it's been 2 weeks, you're going to start to have side effects.
Yeah. So long and short of it, it actually says on TikTok, go live now while your videos are trending. I am live. I can't go live again. Anyway, so Neil was saying on the Wave platform was that, you know, you never reach a steady state with the drug, right? And this is not it's a long game, right? We're not in this to do acute phentermine thing where we're doing 3 months or whatever. So our medication prices are only in the private Facebook group. We don't put them out. And we'll make comments about like the prices range from whatever to whatever, but they change so often. I try not to put them in the public group. There's actually a pinned post in our group. So now here's the thing. If you get to us and say you're in Ohio and you're like, okay, I'm going to go fill out the paperwork and stuff. And you get into school and you're like, guys, you are not my cup of tea. I'm bugging out. You get a month in school while we figure that out, or however long, you know, we get a month in school while you figure that out. It actually is a month because Amanda will take you out. She is the gatekeeper. But in the beginning, we're trying to, head that way. If you're not paying, you're not active. So Amanda will have kicked your butt right out of school. And if you haven't been active in long enough where we had school, because we had to go from Facebook private group to school because of censorship issues. I know. I'm telling you, there is no freedom of speech when it comes to obesity medicine. Yeah, true. Yeah, you can always text us. Jackie said she's going to her endo and primary in a couple weeks. I'm sure they're going to try and say no more. We're going to have a come to Jesus talk if they try. I don't understand why an endocrinologist would say not to take this medication any longer. So my patient and I today on our visit, you'll like to hear this, guys, meaning Courtney and Neil as well, that my patient this morning said, I am not going to try to go off the medicine. I'll know when it's time to go off the medicine when I don't need it any longer. And I thought that was a fantastic way to think about it, because if you're trying to go off, you know you're going to have to white knuckle. And if you have to white knuckle, you're not ready to go off. Kind of simple, right? I was like, gosh, she's a genius. Oh, cool. Thank you for enjoying the TikToks, Facebook, and stuff. Great. The public group on Facebook is amspublicgroup.com. Easiest place to find it. I switched to compound because I try the other pharmacies to make sure they're good. And I'll tell you right now, the one I used yesterday was good. Interrupted the drift, I'll tell you. Look at this. I think all right, we have 5 minutes left. Oh yeah, that was dirty. Sorry. The camera was dirty the whole time. Oh well, there's that. Fine. Fine. If I'd like to host longer broadcasts, I need to upgrade. I don't know. How much is it to upgrade?
What, on Wave?
Am I still live? Yeah. Yeah. I have no
We're
card
still
info.
live. We have 4 minutes and 31 seconds.
All right. I'll check and see. Gotta go clock out. Yeah, take a nap, Jackie, before tonight. Yeah, and that's the thing. It is pricey, right? Because if you're paying for our services plus tirzepatide compounded, it's $500 a month. So it's an investment for sure. It's an investment in your health. Absolutely. Um, I can't type on the comments in TikTok. Yes, I can. I'll pick it up and I'll look like an idiot for a second. So, all right. So AMS Public Group. Sorry, you can see my forehead.
Your finger.
Please do not autocorrect my stuff. You say give me the finger?
It's good. Yeah, I always use your finger real close.
That's pretty funny. That's our Facebook group. All right, there we go. The view's a little better now. All right. Yeah, no, we still got a bunch of people. But all right, last call for questions because we're gonna go off live soon because we're gonna get cut off. We have to decide if we're gonna do longer ones, but it also keeps me in check to get off here in an hour because I could spend forever answering questions. So yeah. So it's funny because I went to my endocrinologist and she said, "You're just about there. You should consider maintenance." What does she know? And that's the thing. Maintenance for some people, like for me, my weight's been maintained for 8 months. My brain is still absolutely crazy. So I'm not done. That's really all I've talked about this week is how messy maintenance is. Do I mix my tirzepatide compound with anything? I don't mix it. I don't bootleg it. I get it from a pharmacy, reputable compounding pharmacy. So they mix it with who wants to help me? I don't even know. It's a B vitamin.
L-carnitine, NAD, B6, B12.
Okay, so it's either B6, B12, or L-carnitine or NAD.
Correct.
Mine from yesterday, I think, was B12, B10, or B6. I mean, I don't know. It's B6. It was pink. Or is B12 pink?
B12 pink.
B6 clear. B6 clear. But yeah, they cannot compound it alone. They give you different things. So the B12 gives you energy. The B6 stops your nausea, which there's new studies actually that show the tirzepatide itself. Oh, the pharmacy. Yeah. Great. Thanks. I just wanted to be clear because there's a lot of bootlegging going out with retatrutide, especially. Yeah. I can't.
Didn't the one they tested had insulin? It wasn't even
no, that was tirzepatide. That was semaglutide, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, that was actually so they tested semaglutide. It was fake, and it was not semaglutide from like one of the crazy peptide places, not pharmacy, and they were actually using insulin in there. That can kill people.
That's scary.
I mean, that's a felony. Like you are never practicing again. You're not selling anything. You're done. Like cut off, done. Like that. I mean, I'm sorry. Exactly. And it was in the UK. It wasn't in the US, I don't believe. But talk about taking advantage of people. I got so much to say. All right, I've got 1 minute. 1 minute. Last call. Lights are going on in a minute. Go to jail done. You know what? That's a good call. Seriously. I mean, that's like, opinions. Everybody's got them. Just like, you know what? Thank you for your time. You're welcome. Thank you for yours. It is sad. It is sad. I'm telling you, they will. I don't want people to get taken advantage of. We try to stay super transparent. Obviously, we don't really hold much back. So, all right, I'm gonna end the live stream on both sides. And thank you to Courtney and Neil for hanging out with me, and thanks to all our people.
Yeah. Thank you everybody for coming.